Hi all, thanks for joining me in this video about the 4Ps. My name's Ian Jeffries. I'm 40 years in construction, with 23 of those predominantly in management. So what we're going to be doing is looking at leverage, and with leveraging we leverage 4Ps, and the first P that we leverage is pounds. So pounds is the first P that we leverage. So how do we leverage pounds? Well, let's say for example you've got 100k stuck under a mattress somewhere, making it a bit hard to sleep at night. It's a bit uncomfortable. Or maybe your great aunt Winifred, who you've never seen in your life, has passed on and left you some inheritance. So then you think, what am I going to do with that inheritance? Well, what could you do? You could buy stocks and shares. You could go on holiday. Holiday's not going to help you out in the future. But anyway, this video is property based. So let's see what you can do with property. So you've got your 100k burning a substantial sized hole in your pocket, wondering what to do with it. Now, you've decided property is the way forward. Nothing safer than bricks and mortar. So you're looking around, you've got 100k, you're looking at 100k properties. Now I appreciate that there's other costs involved, like stamp duty, possibly, depending on what the value of the property, etc. So, but if it's 100k property, you're going to invest your money, you're going to buy a property outright, and in a period of time that property will go up 10%, maybe 2 years, maybe before, but the property tends to rise historically, and so when the property goes up 10%, or the market goes up 10%, the value of the property goes up 10%. So now you're looking at probably worth £110,000. So you didn't take out a mortgage because you bought it cash. So you now got a property that's worth £110,000. So you're sitting pretty with £10,000 worth of equity growth. However, if you want to leverage pounds, then buying outright isn't really the answer. The banks will lend you 75% of a property on a buy-to-let mortgage or any other investment style mortgage, depending on what you're going to do with the properties to create your cash flow. So what you do then is, you've got your 100k, you then say, okay, well, I can buy 4 houses at 100k, putting 25,000 down on each house. So now you've got 4 houses. So when the market goes up 10%, those 4 houses go up 10%. So you've now got 4 houses worth £110,000. So you've been putting up your rents during this time. So you now go back to the bank and you say, hello, Mr. Bank Manager, the property's gone up in value. I'd like to take out a bigger mortgage, up to 75%. So they say, yeah, that's fine. It's worth 110. You can take out up to 82,500. So now I've got 4 properties. You pay back your 75,000 loan, and you take out an 82,500 pound loan. So the bank gives you £30,000 of equity. Now that's £30,000 that, depending on your tax method, which we won't go into in this video, but depending on your tax method, that could be £30,000 tax free. So the properties have gone up 40,000. That's your equity growth. So instead of 10,000 previously, you've now got 40,000 of equity growth, and you've got 30,000 of equity that can be released from those properties. That's pounds. That's how we leverage the pounds. We make the pounds work for us as property investors, whether that's us individually or us with a joint venture partner. So what do we? What's the next P? What could that be? Well, from our P's, the next P is price. So we leverage the price. So you're thinking, well, how do we leverage the price? The price is the price. Well, that's not necessarily the case. We can get discount on the properties. So you may have properties that are up for 100,000 and you get 20% discount on it. Now, I know what you're going to say. How do we get 20% discount on a property? It's up there. That's what it's up for. That's the sale price. However, I could probably fill a page of A4 up with reasons why people would sell at discount. So maybe I'll do a future video on that. But anyway, so what we do is, for price, we try and get the properties at a discounted rate. Some properties may have already been discounted, so you're partly there already, and you know that the vendor needs to sell or wants to sell quick, so you can get in there and leverage price. So when we're leveraging price, this is the sort of thing it looks like. So the same properties again, £100,000 properties, which we're going to get a 20% discount in this example. And therefore, instead of buying at 100k, we're buying them at 80k. So to get 75% mortgage on those, we only need to borrow 60,000 on an 80,000 mortgage. So we're putting in 20,000 apiece. So now, instead of the 4 houses, we can actually buy 5 houses. So we buy 5 houses, the market goes up 10%. Those houses are now worth 110,000 each, because they're still valued at 110,000. The fact that we bought them at a discounted rate is irrelevant. The properties are worth 110,000. So therefore we go back to the bank and we say, hello Mr. Bank Manager, the houses have gone up in value. We'd like to borrow up to 75% of the new value. So 75% of the new value, we can now go up to 82,500 as per the previous slide. We can now go up 82,500 with the new properties. So that's a £22,500, because don't forget we got a discount from the start, 20,000 from the start. That's £22,500 that we can get on a mortgage for each of those above our original mortgage. So from 60 to 82.5 is 22.5. So now we've got market up 10%, £50,000 of equity growth. We've got £100,000 worth of equity that we can release from the discount, meaning overall at 22,500 we can actually release 112,500 from those 5 houses, and we can stick that, depending on our tax arrangements, we can stick that in our back pocket, or we can use that to buy another 5, or we can use that, for example, maybe we had a joint venture partner who provided the 100k initially. We could give that joint partner that 112, so they got some interest on it as well, and they're happy, they got their money back, they got interest, and you've got 5 houses, and you can keep going with those 5 houses until they create more income for you to do that again on your own. How does that sound? I know. Wicked. Okay, so we've leveraged pounds and we've leveraged price. The rest maybe are not going to be easy. I'm just going to scoot over the rest for my 4 P's. The next P, as far as I'm concerned, is people. So it's the people that I would maybe joint venture with. It's the people that find me the properties at discount. It's the people that maintain those properties. It's everyone around involved in creating the opportunities, the cash flow, the equity, and everything else. So it's people. Be good to people. So lastly, it's process. So we are following processes that have been used by successful investors for decades. We're not reinventing the wheel. We look at the best strategies that have been most successful for property investors and focus on those. So thank you for watching my video on the 4 Ps. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to hear from you soon. Enjoy your journey, invest with knowledge, invest with confidence, and create your financial freedom. Goodbye.